Hello, this is Dr. George Brooks from Next Horizon on the 24th of November, 2020, getting ready for Thanksgiving. But I wanted to put out this quick video because it was something I've never talked about, and I just thought you would find it interesting. There's one thing that we do grow. Now, the mission of the Aquaponic Victory Garden is to empower more people to grow more food more often through aquaponics. Pretty straightforward, nice mission. And we want folks to grow as much food as they possibly can. And therefore, we got to do a lot of things to remove a lot of the barriers, improve markets, and come up with new ideas for markets. And one that we've never really talked about are flowers. Now, there's lots of information on flowers in aquaponics up on the web that you can find, but this is a few of the types that we have worked with. And just, again, a quick update. And all of the flowers I'm going to mention in this, I think it's like 6 or so types. I'm putting links to more information on them down in the more section. When you go to the opening page, you'll see more information, and please click there for more data and links on the various flowers. But let's talk about them right now. Okay, these are the flowers that we've actually raised in the Aquaponic Victory Garden, self-contained aquaponic system. Nasturtiums, Zinnias, Celosias, Marigolds, Zanias, Cosmos, Listanias, and garden balsam. And these are done quite well. I know there's a whole spectrum of other ones out there, but we're going to get started with these. Also, flowers can do quite well at farmers markets. One of the things about allowing more people to grow more food more often is the marketing. It's really hard, to get out there and marketing if you got a job during a pandemic, trying to hold things down. But we're looking at a business plan that would allow you to have literally a guaranteed market, because you're selling the food to yourself. If the food is cheap enough that you're going outside to get your salad, instead of paying twice as much at the store, you are your own market and you're a guaranteed market, and a penny saved is a penny earned. We'll go more into that later. But here is an SCAP system, a Victory Garden system, that's showing a good collection of different types of plants that you can grow all at once. And you notice a number of them are flowers. So let's go into them. Oh, and when you go to if you go to a farmer's market, okay, there are different rules and regulations that apply to flowers, specifically as far as food safety, since they're not, unless you're serving them as food, and some of the flowers you will see are edible, and therefore bouquets and such, and that you have a different set of rules to deal with. So, first of all, a really great flower to grow are Zanias. Now, Zanias are from South Africa. They produce a large daisy-like composite flower. They're brilliant shades of yellow and orange, and they actually did quite well in the warmer weather, though I'm trying them right now in a greenhouse to see how they do. They don't have long stems, but they're still a very nice flower to grow. We use them to beautify the home, and we also use them to attract more bees and other pollinators to the garden system when we're growing fruits and such things that need to have the pollinators. The next flower are these Cosmos. Cosmos are a genus. Where are they from? They're in the sunflower family. They look like they're in the sunflower family, and definitely are. And they're perennials, and they can get tall. They might make good bouquets. We've never tried it with them, but Cosmos did very well. We grew these from seeds, and that now you can find them at a nursery on occasion. They've got a really good nursery. We had one here in Phoenix. It's gone now, but it was amazing. A nursery that we could just go there and I could buy things and just put them in the aquaponics to see if they work. And these Cosmos were one, and then we grew them from seed, and they worked out quite well for us. And again, more information is down at the bottom. Just look it up as far as growing seasons and all the various things that you need. The next are these Listanias. Now, the Listanias here, I'm looking on my cheat sheet here. They're also called a eustomoma, and they're small flower. They're from warmer regions of the southern United States and Mexico. They look like small roses, as you see. And again, they did quite well in our aquaponics. They're not edible to my knowledge, but they're a very pretty thing for, you know, to have, as my wife would say, they're a very pretty thing to have around the house and to make things brighter. I don't know how well they would do at a farmer's market because they're not all that big, but you can give them a try. Next are these garden balsams. These are something that a student of mine brought in. I'd never seen them before. We stuck them in the aquaponics at the school that I teach at, and they did amazingly well. Now, the garden balsams are, they're also called a touch-me-not or a spotted snapweed, and they're native to India and Myanmar. I'm told that they can get a little weedy, but they're a nice again flower to look at. And again, this is just for looks. You can bring in pollinators, but again for the home use or other uses you can think of. But they're really a great looking flower to have. Next are my favorite, Zinnias. Now the Zinnias are in the sunflower family, if I remember that correctly, yes. And they're all different types of Zinnias. They're the giants and the pygmies and the wide varieties of colors. They grow in the warmer weather. And the giants can get quite large. In fact, in aquaponics, I've grown these things like 3 feet tall. And they grow, a single plant will have multiple flowers and it'll continue to flower as you cut the flowers off, you know, to take them out for sale. They will respond and grow more and more and more all the way through the summer unless it gets too hot. The bees also like them, and you can plant these, so you can buy these or more easily just plant the seeds in some kind of original planting media, transplant it into the aquaponics. And these things can do quite well for you. Exactly how many you can grow in a square foot, we don't know yet. These are things we're working out, but we encourage you to give these zinnias a try. The next are nasturtiums. Nasturtiums are more of a fall winter crop, and they're getting really big in aquaponics. They're edible, with the leaves having a peppery taste and the flowers being edible also, or usable as a garnish. But I didn't know this until recently. They're a brassica, which is why they get so doggone big. So they're in the cabbage family. My experience with seeding nasturtiums and that they've been hard to get to germinate. But once I understand those who are good at it, once you get it down, they will germinate for you readily. Again, they come in a wide variety of colors, and they do well. Again, because they're edible, and for garnishes, and maybe at the farmer's market for something to sell. I don't know about that. Celosia. Celosia is an interesting looking plant. It's in the amaranth family, and so it puts out a whole lot of seeds. It has these multicolored things you see here are not exactly flowers, but that's what they will serve the purpose as. There are types that get very large and types that are very small. I enjoyed growing these because they were simply different. And what to do with them, I'm not quite sure, but they were a very enjoyable thing just to have to make the system look better. I do not know how well they attract bees, but they were just a blast to grow. Marigolds. Again, there are all kinds of marigolds. Now, marigolds have some reputed abilities to ward off pests such as aphids. I cannot say it's true or not because they never did that for me. But again, they were wonderful around the house. They put out multiple flowers if you treat them right. We got to find the right conditions. There are many, many different kinds. I'm trying one I've never tried before right now called an African marigold. It looks to be quite larger than the ones that you're seeing right here. But marigolds grow easily in the aquaponics that you saw from that first picture earlier of the system. All those orange flowers were marigolds along with the zinnias. And that's it for today. If you have any questions, please write me at here at Next Horizon, or leave a comment below. Oh, and by the way, be sure to subscribe to our channel, The 3 Hour Farm, and press the notification button so that whenever we post something new, you can be told about it immediately. Thank you. Take care. Have a great Thanksgiving, and be safe in whatever you do.